Hello, my name is Dan Johnson and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be unboxing the latest collection box set, which is season 21. This is a season that I've been wanting for a very long time. At the end of my videos on the collection box sets, I like to say something along the lines of what I hope will be next. And season 21 has been on that list for a very long time. So I'm very happy to have this season in hand. This season is notable because it is the final season of the Fifth Doctor. And it's a bit funny really because all but the final episode is the Fifth Doctor, and then there is just one Sixth Doctor episode right at the end. I believe this is the biggest collection box set that we've had with 10 discs. It's not the widest, it is the same as the Season 2 box set and the Season 20 box set, but the seller that I bought it from decided that they wouldn't make a bigger box for it, and like many people today have received a message from Royal Mail attached to the box saying, "We apologise for the state of this delivery, and we hope that the contents are not damaged." So it was a bit scary when I walked in and saw that it was in a bag, wrapped up, and luckily the collection box set was completely fine. If we start off with the J card itself, on the back we have our episodes. We have Warriors of the Deep, which I have seen, The Awakening, Frontios, which I've not seen, Resurrection of the Daleks, which I have seen, Planet of Fire, I don't think I've ever seen that one, Caves of Androzani I've seen, and The Twin Dilemma is the final story, which is Colin Baker's first episode, which I think I watched 2 episodes of 6 years ago, and never finished. We have all 26 episodes restored to Blu-ray, although I do think they've been using that AI trickery thing that they did on season 13 again, sadly. But in terms of bonus features, we have a special edition of Warriors of the Deep, which is a new edit with special effects, which is exciting. I should be watching that later. We also have special effects for The Awakening, Frontios, Resurrection of the Daleks, and the Caves of Androzani. We have an In Conversation with Janet Fielding, Mark Strickson, and Matthew Waterhouse. We have new making of documentaries for Resurrection of the Daleks and The Twin Dilemma. Bonus documentaries. I mean, season 20 had that amazing Look Who's Driving documentary, which is basically just Peter Davison, Janet Fielding, and Sarah Sutton in a car together for an hour, and it was really good to watch, and I'm excited to watch the sequel, which is called Look Who's Boating. And then we have 48 Hours with Fielding, which is a documentary about Janet Fielding. Of course, we have the staples like Behind the Sofa and the Doctor Escape Room, and this time we get 2 episodes. We have some nice treats, like we have Tales of the TARDIS, and we have the Five-ish Doctors, the thing that came out around the 60th, which was a work by Peter Davison that kind of was a comedy extra, I suppose, that was about himself, Sylvester McCoy, Colin Baker, and many other actors popping in and trying to get the classic Doctors into the 50th anniversary. And then for everything else, including the technical information, I shall pause that on the screen now. On the front cover, we of course have Peter Davison with his outfit slightly damaged as it is in Caves of Androzani. We have some monsters in the front. We have Davros, we have a Sea Devil, Silurian, of course a Dalek, Saras Jack, I think he's called, you know, from the Case of Androzani, the iconic villain. And then I'm not sure what some of the others are. I mean, how can we forget that, and we have Anthony Ainley as the Master, but we also have some sort of slug-like creature and a big face. On the back, I'm very surprised, because I've not seen this before, we have Colin Baker and Perry, which does take me by surprise, but I think it's quite nice that sort of we start off with Peter Davison and we finish the back of the set with Colin Baker. Once we open it up, on the left we have an image of Carnage. We have the hat stand from the TARDIS by the look of it, and we have Peter Davison, Mark Strickson, and Janet Fielding cowering from something. I'm not sure what episode that's from, to be honest. I'm not familiar with that image. Inside we have another lovely piece of artwork by Liam Biding, where we have our main trio surrounded by sea devils, by the Silurians and their big Silurian creature, which looks a lot better in that image than it does in the episode itself. A Doctor Who product would not be complete without a booklet of promotional material. So we start off with the Fifth Doctor in Big Finish and comic books. Then we have the Lost in Time game. We have audiobooks from season 21, so you can listen to the season instead of watching it. We have the 15th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver. We have Target novelizations. You can see there we have The Satan Pit, Aliens in London, and The Time of Angels, which I believe are the newest to be released. I wasn't aware they were actually out by now. We have the Dalek Awakens escape room, we have the quiz book, and then finally we have Doctor Who magazine, as well as a bunch of pin badges and t-shirts from Forbidden Planet. The production notes for this one feel very weighty. There's a lot of pages in this one. Obviously I won't show it all, but we have exclusive artwork, such as this one from Resurrection of the Daleks. We, of course, have our contents and the stuff that's going to be on each disc, which is always lovely to see, and it's great to flick through when you're looking for one feature in particular. And we have some images that I presume are from the BBC archive, like this image of a Jack, which is very, very scary. And it's always very nice to flick through. Like that Sixth Doctor one is absolutely gorgeous, isn't it? As you are watching these stories. Behind all of that, we have an image that I'm also not very familiar with, and that is an image of one of those slug creatures amongst the TARDIS, and it looks like the TARDIS has been invaded. I'm not sure. It's from Frontios, I know that, but I do not know much about the context of that image. And finally, we have our discs. On the right side, we have disc 1, which is Warriors of the Deep. Disc 2, which is The Awakening. Not quite sure what's going on there. Disc 3, which is Frontios, which has Mark Strickson looking very worried about something. Then we have Resurrection of the Daleks, with the Doctor holding a Dalek blaster. Then we have Resurrection of the Daleks Disc 2, with the Companions. Then we have Disc 6, which is Perry's first episode, and I believe is the last one for Mark Strickson. And we also have Comedian, who I've completely forgotten is in this season. Disc 7, of course it has to be this iconic image of the Doctor holding Perry for the Caves of Androzani. Disc 8 is the Twin Dilemma with Colin Baker in Peter Davison's outfit. Disc 9, for some reason, is the Planet of Fire Special Edition, and also a bonus disc. And then finally, we have the bonus disc 10, which has Colin Baker in his costume properly. I don't normally mention this, but every single collection box set has had an image of the Doctor from their title sequence behind all of the discs. Today, we have Colin Baker and Peter Davison here with a lovely image of the two of them sharing the spotlight. It's a bit of a shame that the image itself is slightly obscured by the overlapping of the packaging. It's a lovely image though. It's a shame that that won't get seen very much. And that is another box set added to the collection. As you can see from this shelf, it's almost complete. My plan is to kind of have half of them down there and half of them above. So we have season 12 to 26. But what's most important to mention is that we now have season 17 to season 26 complete. So all of 80s Doctor Who is now added to the collection. Please let me know what you thought of this box set down below. What are you most looking forward to watching? And put down your prediction for your next collection box set. For me personally, I'm hoping we have a Patrick Troughton set next of any kind. I think season 5 is pretty complete, or is it season 6? One of them would be a lovely addition, because we have so little of the 60s Doctor Who. And I've said before, I don't want to have a case where we have nothing from the 70s or anything like that, and we're just pumping out either Hartnell or Troughton for the last couple of years. But realistically, I can see that happening because we have a massive amount of missing episodes when it comes to that set of seasons. So my slightly more realistic opinion is that next is going to be season 11, and we're going to complete the Jon Pertwee era, and we have things like Invasion of the Dinosaurs and Planet of the Spiders. But until next time, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you are new, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.